What's up, y'all? It's Brandon from Flesh and Blood Brothers. Today I have a Dromai classic constructed deck for you. I call this Dromai Never Die. It'll speak for itself once you understand a little bit more about the deck. So, of course, you're going to have the weapon Storm of Sandikai. Dragons you control have attack. We got the Arcanite Skullcap, Flame Scale Furnace, Silken Form, Time Skippers, Silent Stilettos, and Ghostly Touch. Ghostly Touch will come in against the Fatigue matchups, the Brute matchups, anything with more 6 power attacks than anything else. This will come in for some late game shenanigans. I don't have Phantasmal Footsteps. Silent Stilettos is good in this deck because we have a heavy amount of dragons. So whenever your dragon dies to Phantasm, you can pay 3 and you can get your action point back. Time Skippers, you can pay 3 and instantly gain 2 action points. Also in a pinch, you can pitch 3 reds and create Ash this way. And then play a red card and then pay 1 more and gain like 4 resources back with the Flame Scale Furnace. So the Flame Scale Furnace and the Time Skippers and the Stilettos allow you to do some bonkers plays. And Flame Scale Furnace can help you generate a lot of Ash throughout the game. And it blocks 2 and it blocks 1. And then your Skullcap will also block 2 and block 1. And you have Quell here on your arms. So you're going to be soaking up a lot of damage and having a good time. So without further ado, let's get into the main deck here. Okay, we have a lot of reds. A lot of reds. So starting off, we got 3 Billowing Mirage. What this is going to do, it's going to cost 1, and then it transforms an Ash we control into an Aether Ashwing. So it's a 1 for 3 with Go again, and also it creates an Ashwing, which is going to give you Arcane Barrier 1, and this can also attack for 1 every turn, and this is a red card, so this will turn on your Go again for all your dragons. So 3 Billowing Mirage to start it off. 3 Dunebreaker Cenipai, costs 1, has attacks for 5, has Go again, and if it's destroyed, you create an Ash token. So we have a shitload of dragons in this deck, so we want to play a red card with Go again, and then swing with a shitload of dragons. And we also want all of our attacks to generate Ash in a pinch. So if they destroy this, we get Ash tokens, and it costs 1, so we'll likely pitch a red and create an Ash token and keep the party going. Now we have Embermaw Cenipai at 3. What I like to do is I like to pitch this early and then have this come up later in the game. So after they pop your dragons with Phantasm, they won't have any 6 attacks left, and they can just take 8 to the face late in the game. And you can pitch 2 reds for it and get 2 Ash that way. So Embermaw Cenipai, 2 for 8, blocks 3. It's got good math on it. Sweeping Blow times 3, costs 1, and when you attack with it, you also create an Ash token automatically. So it's a 1 for 3 with Go again, and it's a red card, so fits the formula quite well. Definitely a very good card. Burn Them All. Take the Burn Them All pill. Not only is it free, it's a free red with Go again, so that's going to turn on all your dragons, and you're also going to deal arcane damage. So late game, this can easily be out for 5, 6, 7 turns, so it's definitely worth it. And I got 3 of them in there because even off rip, it's just a 0 cost red Go again. So when you have dragons on the field, you're just going to swing for days. Take the Burn Them All pill. Rake the Embers, red, costs 1, creates an Ash, and then you can transform up to 3 Ash into 3 Aether Ash Wings. So this will help you swarm the board with Ash Wings. You gotta love it. Now for the Never Die part of this deck. 3 Fate Foreseen. Blocks 4, lets you opt to 1. So when you have your big ass dragons out on the field, you can opt to 1 to make sure a red card is on top of your deck. Or if that card is not particularly useful at that time, you can put it on bottom. So it's a useful tool throughout the game. Red Oasis Respite. Busted. Busted card. Costs 1, so you can pitch a red, create an ash, and then prevent 4 damage from a source of your choice, and then gain a life if you have less life than your opponent. Bonkers. Alright, you got 3 of these always. Sigil of Solace. Instant speed. You can play it on your turn, instantly gain 3 life, and now all your dragons have go again. So 0 cost, instant, gain 3 life. Got 3 of those. Give your dragons go again if you play it on your turn. Bada bing, bada boom. Beautiful. Sink below. You're going to fix your hand if you have a bad hand. If you need ash, if you have all the dragons and no ash, you're going to tuck your dragon away and get you a card that will help generate some ash. So, excellent card. Good hand filtering. Now we move on to the dragons. Caw. 3 Azvolai. Azvolai is free, and it deals arcane damage to your opponent and their allies. And it's free. 0 for 3 with go again. Can't go wrong. Cromai. 0 cost. Has go again. And every time you attack with it or when it leaves the field, you gain an action point. So it's a time snap potion and a dragon. Gotta love it. 3 of those. Kyloria. Snatch Dragon. Costs 1, but it attacks for 4. And if it hits a hero, you steal an item or you draw a card. Gotta love it. Miragai. Costs 1. And it gives your first dragon attack loses Phantasm. So if you have a big dragon you care about on the field, the first dragon attack will not have Phantasm, so you can safely attack without them getting blocked by a 6 value attack. Nekria. Now it's a little bit more expensive. It costs 3, but he has 7 health, and every time they attack, every time they deal or are dealt damage, they create ash tokens. So this will give you plenty of ash tokens to use for other dragons and ash wings. Ouvia. Costs 2, but you have the option of turning an ash into an ash wing at the beginning of every turn. So against certain matchups, you're just going to swarm the board with ash wings. They're not going to be able to deal with it, and you're going to go home very happy. 3 of those. Yendurai. Costs 1, attacks for 3, and it has effectively 6 health because they have the endurance token on them. So very durable dragon. The opponent has to deal with it in annoying ways, so very good. Dominia. This is where Fate Foreseen comes into play, because if you have a top card, if the top card of your deck is red, you get to look at your opponent's hand and banish a card of your choice. That's insane. Dominia will win you games. Cost 4, but insane dragon. Alright, no yellows. So we're going straight from reds to blues here. We got 2 energy potion. Again, when you have those turns where you just block the shitload of damage, just throw down an energy potion so you can summon these expensive ass dragons later in the game. Got 2 of those in here. You never know when you need that energy to throw a late game Embermaw Cenipai. Pop this, throw an 8 attack Cenipai at them, or summon those big ass dragons. 2 energy potions. Time Snap Potion. Again, sometimes matchups will be relying on popping your dragons to end the going in chain. So if you have like 10 ash wings on the board and you're suspicious that they might pop one of them, pop an energy potion, get 2 action points so you can keep the party rolling. Embermaw Cenipai Blue. Again, sometimes you need that 3 pitch for those bigger dragons. And worst case, you can just pay 2 to swing for 6. And if it's destroyed, you create an ash. So, bada bing, bada boom, good value. Sweeping Blow Blue, alright? Again, pitches for 3, but also you can pitch a red and attack with this and generate 2 ash on the spot. So, Sweeping Blow is your friend. Billowing Mirage Blue. Again, it pitches for 3, costs 1, attacks for 1, but it creates that Ash Wing. So that helps you fill up the board, worst case scenario. Bada bing, bada boom. There is your main deck right there. Sideboard. Shing. So, 1 copy of Semblance. Costs 3, but it negates all Phantasm effects. So, in those very, very grindy matchups like Oldhim, throw in 1 Semblance. For the end of the game, you have Dominia or Dracona Optimai. You really need them to stick around. They try to pop them. Bam. Semblance. Keeps your dragon alive. Alright? Remembrance. Shuffle 3 action cards from your graveyard into your deck. Cost nothing. Dragons are action cards. So 3 dragons of your choice. If they end up in the graveyard, bada bing, bada boom, put them back in your deck. That's also for those grindy fatigue matchups. Now here's a card you haven't seen in a while. Cadaverous Contraband. Costs 2, attacks for 6, blocks 2. Same stats as Erase Face. But if Cadaverous Contraband hits, you can put a non-attack action card from your graveyard on top of your deck. What's that? Dragons are non-attack action cards. So put a dragon of your choice on top of your deck that you need in the matchup. You might need Nekria. You might need Ouvia to get your Ashwing Swarm on. Or you can even put Dracona Optimai or Dominia up there, or Tomeltai. So bada bing, bada boom. Swing a 2 for 6. If it hits, put a dragon of your choice on top of your deck. Awesome. Lead the Charge. Mostly comes in against Prism or pretty much anyone who's going to be popping your dragons. You can play this and then play a 0-cost dragon, get that extra action point, so even if they pop a dragon, you still have the go again train rolling. It's 2 lead the charge just in case. Themai. 2 of these. Your opponent can't play defense reactions, or wizards can't play any cards during your turn. So this is very useful against those heavy D-react decks or wizard. So that's in your sideboard for those matchups. And then you got the big boys. All right, these are why you need energy potions, because this costs 5, this costs 6. So Tomeltai is going to melt your opponent's armor. Incredible against Oldhim. Incredible against Ninja. Burn that Mask of Momentum off their face. So Tomeltai comes in a lot. Dracona Optimai. Those Fate Foreseens will help you make sure you have reds on top of your deck. Pitch it early, late game, get those energy potions, throw out Dracona Optimai, and burn your opponent for 6 and 6. Win the game. So that's my Dromai Never Die list. I know it doesn't have footsteps, it doesn't have Erase Face, it doesn't have Command and Conquers, so it's more budget friendly than most Dromai decks. Ton of fucking fun to play. Hopefully I can play my brother on TTS this week and throw some videos out there for you guys, but wanted to get that list out there. Hope you have fun with Dromai, and I hope you have fun burning your opponents alive with dragons. Take the burn them all pill. Until next time, have a good day.